check. Oh, there we go. Trevor made a dumb mistake. Like a dumb idiot. What a dumb idiot. It's me, Trevor's stomach parasite, here to tell you about Raid Shadow Legends. Shwam, shwam, Is it not a big deal anymore? Is Raid dead? Yeah, Ahmed, I had a little stomach bug for the past few days. I guess I kind of still do. I'm just recovering, but I'm doing fine. I'm doing pee good now. Doing pee good. Pee good. And because I'm well hydrated, I pee good. I feel like I should make the chat messages stay on screen a little longer. What do you think? Currently, they stay on screen how long? Because I often miss them. Excuse me. Yeah, they only last 15 seconds. I feel like it should be way longer than that. Like 25 or something. They get pushed up, so if there are too many messages, they just go right off screen anyway. I'm resetting it. Maybe a bus. Maybe a bus indeed. All right, we're going to see if I can get my head in this after having skipped 2 stream days and been a sick boy. You just made a Mega Gardevoir deck concede with Corydon. Jaren, I am so proud of you. Immensely. I see the significance, trust me. Yeah, that's pretty neat. But my ratio for ranked right now, we're talking about Pokemon TCG Pocket. I don't know why I like it so much. I've never spent a cent on it. I don't have that tendency. I don't spend... I never buy microtransactions. My win rate is 89.3 this season. 25 wins and 3 losses. 25 wins, 3 losses. I'm in Ultra Ball 4. Is the next rank Master Ball? Yeah, Master Ball unranked is next. Yeah, I kind of want to reach Master Ball for the first time. I wonder if it tells you what rank you are even before getting into the top 10,000. A win rate of 100 with 3 games is probably not quite as impressive as a win rate of 89.3 with 28 games. I think my highest streak was like 17 or something. You always buy microtransactions and love gambling. It's what you live and strive for. Well, the ultimate microtransaction is tipping at 88-bit music. Why give your money to a heartless corporation when you could give it to a heartless streamer? Mizano, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. If I hit previous, is it going to destroy this? Hi, wife. Giving me that free Bezos money. I want it to be playing my Toot Toots. Let's see. Yeah. And then if I hit next, then go back. Yeah, I got to work on the whole currently playing thing. Considering you never play ranked, you think you're doing... I mean, yeah, 3 for 3 is not bad at all. Obviously. I mean, obviously you're doing something right with 3v3. Oh, Ahmed coming in hot with the Prime sub. That is the ultimate microtransaction. Witchbird, by the way, thank you for the sub. Right at the beginning of the stream, before even talking, you subbed. That is bonkers. And you're coming in hot with Man with Machine Gun. I like this track a lot. This is my own Chrono Trigger album, the first of 2. I really like this track. I think it's the least listened to. No, second least. Black Omen is least. Which is funny because that's the track that got me the Celeste gig. Sort of. Lena Raine listened to my Chrono Trigger album and then asked for me by name to make the Celeste piano album. And part of it was because of the Black Omen arrangement. Oh, thanks, Jaren D-Rat, man. Mizano, glad to have you. It's because I tapped the piano, yeah. I don't like that wording, but... I like this arrangement a lot. This is actually one of my favorites. See what I did there? That's a good solo, man. Now, to be fair, so I never notated it. I didn't notate it, but I like kind of worked it out a bit at a time. Listen to that solo. This is, it's a handcrafted solo. Let's say that. Let's say that. Just you know, take it in. Well, Yggdrasilor, look at the values. Look at the values of the tokens, Yggdrasilor. Satu, that is awesome. How did it go? For some reason, my cold coffee from this morning actually kind of tastes great. Wow, Marbean Boy coming in hot with the great kindness right there. We've had several people talk for their very first time in this chat. For the very first time, they're talking in the chat, and they're saying the nicest things, like right out the gate. You know how to butter me up. Official Arseni. I'm probably saying that wrong. Sorry. Do I like Sonic the Hedgehog? Yeah, I'm not a Sonic guy, really. I never quite got the bug. Field of Hopes and Dreams is pretty hard. What, my arrangement specifically? Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a toughie. Check Discord, says Yggdrasilor. Wait, was there like some big creaking right there? The piano bench? Let me see. Oh, there's some big noise. It almost sounds like keyboard clicking. Yeah, there's some really goofy noise in there on that track. I somehow never noticed. Never noticed. All right, let's go ahead and start. Let's get to it. Let's do the needful. What do you guys think? Yeah, you know, it just gives it a little of that flavor of realism. Know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean, you don't want that. You never want a lot of noise on an album, but like a little bit is great. A little bit of a sheet music, like a sheet rustling, a little bit of a bench creak, The way I'd put it is the moment it becomes distracting, it's a problem. If it like really grabs your attention, it takes your attention away from the arrangement and from the playing, it's a problem at that point. That's how I'd put it. It's a fine line, I think. The most recent album that I recorded, don't worry about what it is, there were some nasty sounds that the piano was making, just this buzzing that was awful. We never quite fixed it, but it wasn't super audible on the mics that were used most in the mixing. It's already mixed and mastered. Or I think it's mastered. I don't know about that. But it ended up not really being a problem, I think. How about we play music? How about I shut up? What do you think? Does that sound like fun? Does me shutting up sound like fun? I think so. I think so personally. You feel like listening to this is going to make you more productive. Wow, okay. You would be the first ever, but you know, there's a first time for everything. Okay, Tucson, Arizona, just kidding. Boy Meets Girl, Tucson. Is the one that for some reason didn't show up on my actual song list, so I had to pull it up on ninsheetmusic.org, but it's really not a problem. What do you guys think my mystery album is? All right, here's Boy Meets Girl, Tucson. Wait, somebody requested this, I think, last stream, and I don't remember playing it. Did I skip it somehow? Cheese Muffin, thank you for the $5 tip. By the way, if you're brand new, you get a request token by default. You don't have to do nothing. Just say !request and you'll get a token. You should by default. It used to just be that the first time you talk, it's like, hey, here's a token. But then the bot was spamming the chat like crazy, and it was just too much. It was too crazy. So here is Boy Meets Girl, Tucson, Arizona. I'm going to say that every time. I'm going to make that joke every time. Also, I'm going to leave my water bottle in plain sight the whole time. Here we go. Mother 3 piano collections. That'd be fun. I feel like a lot of the music does not lend itself to piano. All right, I shut up. Here we go. As a reminder to hydrate. That's right. See what happens if you ask me to move it. Wait, why is the piano saying it can't exist? Or it can't be soloed. What? I don't know. I was thinking, man, this is a really good read. I'm doing a great read of this. And then the last literally 2 measures, that was the best I could do. Jaren D. Ratman, I just took everything that was on ninsheetmusic.org. So if they don't have it, I don't know what to tell you. But you could check if it's there, or you can do a choose your own sheets and find it. But oh, you found it. Great. It's not syncopated. Oh gosh. Am I going to have to translate their nonsense on the fly? Beep, 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 beep. You think you're tearing your hair out? Wait until you give it to me and I have to sight read it. All right. Let's do this. Moving on. I'm keeping it moving, guys. Wonderful World of Wool 6. There are 6 wonderful worlds of wool? I don't know what this is. It's from Yoshi's Woolly World. Would you say Yoshi's Woolly World or Yoshi's Woolly World? What do you think? I feel like Woolly World sounds more like a theme park. Welcome to Woolly World. Let's listen. Let's hear it. I'm listening. Woo! What? I was not expecting this. Also, it's kind of loud. Sorry. Okay, wait. I'm going over to YouTube. I'm going to turn it down a bit. Yeah, this goes way too hard. What? 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 On a Feeling Spicy, we got this? This slaps. This slaps way too hard. Yoshi's Woolly World, what is going on? What is even going on with you? Kind of sounds like Wii Sports there a bit. It's huge Mario vibes, which, like, yeah, I realize, obviously it's Yoshi, but it's, like, very specifically Mario vibes. It's those chords right at the beginning. Okay, yeah, all right, that's the track. That's the whole thing. So, I mean, I can't give it quite that energy, but, man, I need to be reading YouTube chat more. For some reason, I just gravitate more toward reading the Twitch chat. I see tracks are still not about anyone. Oh, you guys are just chatting with each other. Yeah, if I ever ignore something that you say in YouTube chat for like more than a minute, feel free to harass me a bit. It's really okay. Just don't spam. We've had a little bit of spamming lately. And I hate scolding people or like purging or banning. I really hate doing it because I feel like it brings down vibes. So, you know, just it's easier if you just don't. You could set up Syncret. Yeah, I know. What do you mean we? I just do it on my end. I love what I did with the Twitch chat, making that myself. It's fun. All right. Low-key banger, Wonderful World of Wool from Yoshi, from a Yoshi game. you know what? No. Gosh dang. Couple things. One, my forearms are like weak today. They're sore. Maybe it's just from all the body aches and stuff that I got from the stomach bug. This is my first time like legit playing piano since being sick. So I don't know what the deal is. I might not go full length today. I might just go to like 6:30 instead of 7. Okay, but you know what else is funny? I think that the most hip part of this whole track doesn't even have any harmonies with like accidentals in it. It doesn't even have any hip chords, but it's the hippest part. Listen, this part. It's because of the no, that wasn't what I was thinking of. Oh no. What made it hip to me was what I did. That wasn't actually in the score. I just straight up like big time humble bragged without like I did not realize it. I gave a huge compliment to something I thought was in the song, but I just it's not even that significant. Instead of what's written here, if you just do the chords and the music. That's all it is. But then what I did is I changed right here. What you could even do is is Pappy's dead on Twitch? Weird. Let's see. Let's reboot the boy. We reboot the boy and see what happens. Also, couple things. The queue is now ordered by oh, whoa! Now that's a spicy raid. That's a heck of a lot of raid. From Rob Does Raid. Oh, well, that's not really your name. Rob Does Music. Wowie zowie. Rob Does Music. I feel like I need to just play some music for you guys. Please in the chat, let's see if I remember how to handle raids, because I used to be good at it. Do you like video games? Any of you? Especially Rob, but I'm not putting you on the spot if you want to go chill out and live your post-stream life. If you like video games, please tell me which ones. And then I'm going to cherry pick the ones that I know music from, and I'm going to make it seem like I know music from everything. And I would love to play it for you. I'm Trevor. I play music on the internet. Yeah, please let me know what your favorites are. Do let me know. Also, I'm dropping you a follow. Rob, what kind of music do you do? What kind? Why don't I know you already? I used to know all the music streamers. Also, I'm talking way too much instead of just playing music. Let me see what people are saying. What's up, Zarin? What's up, Metal Web Dev? What's up, Sarah K? What's up, K Guitar? So many fun people. You're big on a big Pokemon fan. You listen to my album with Kyle on Spotify like all the time. What? I wonder if I could play the main theme for the first time in like 6 years. What is it? Not even sure that this is the right key, which is kind of a humble brag, I guess. Somebody said Link to the Past. Man, I could play Link to the Past all the day. All the day. Words are hard. I'm going to blame it on being sick this week. I had a stomach bug. Wait, what are all these Pokemon badges that you guys have? Is this some official thing? But this... Yeah, but how do you have them next to your names in other chats? And the Duolingo badge? What are all these badges next to people's names? I don't think I've ever seen this before. It's a thing when new games were released and you watch the streams with stream drops. Weird. Okay. Hey, how about I introduce myself and then I get back to the song queue? And also, I did all of that on the face cam, which is incredibly stupid because I have a nice room cam and hand cam. Although, actually, it would have been alternating between face and hand. Whatever. Real quick introduction, and then I'm going to get back to songs. Oh, and also, let's trigger all this stuff real quick. I'm Trevor. I'm 88-bit music. I play music on the internet. Streaming used to be my main deal. I did it for 8 years. Then I retired for a year because I was having a baby and because I was making the first official piano album for Deltarune. So I made something called Deltarune Piano Collections Volume 1 that was actually official. And most recently, my claim to fame, the thing that makes me super duper famous, and you should be really impressed, is I have 2 tracks in the game Deltarune Chapter 5. 2 tracks that are actually in it. They're from the piano collections, but Toby put them in the game. And so now I'm really famous, and you should be impressed. I've done all kinds of other stuff. I made the official piano album for Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Celeste, Chicory. I am a game designer. I have my own game that is coming out next month. It is a puzzle roguelike game called Dominocalypse. Please say that 10 times fast and say it right every time. It's the game that makes dominoes fun. So hit, exclamation wishlist in chat to go over and wishlist that. It would mean the world to me because that's the biggest thing in driving algorithm stuff. Wait, what songs did you not pay attention in Chapter 5? The credits music. This guy right here. If you played... I won't play it just in case... In case any of you haven't played the game yet and you're really averse to spoilers and you consider music spoilers, I get it. The credits music is me playing. So that's pretty cool. And then there's a secret somewhere, secret area. What is Toby Fox like? I have no idea. We've never talked. I don't know for a fact that he exists. I straight up have never had any interaction with Toby Fox. He just apparently really liked the album, and so he chose to use some of the music. That's a fact. He might just be a social experiment. Seriously, I don't know that he exists. How about I play music? So I have a huge song list. If you hit exclamation request, you will get a free song request token. That's pretty cool. That you can use to request a song from the gigantic list. But I mostly play video game music here on the internet. I'm recovering from a stomach bug, so I'm not thinking my most clearest right now. I'm just kind of rambling and saying goofy things. I mean, I guess that's not too different from usual. I have the best tip alerts on Twitch. I can say that with absolute confidence because, frankly, it's just a fact. It is not up for debate. If you stick around long enough, you might see some. They don't really happen very often anymore, which is cool. I don't mind too much. We've been having fun. Monkey's Delivery Service. Now, you said that this is not syncopated, but it's supposed to be. So let me listen to the original. For the record, I am sight reading this, so I do a lot of sight reading on stream. This is Monkey's Delivery Service from Mother 3. Wait. That's not the track that's here. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Oh, gosh, it's not even close. Ew. Ew. Oh, my. I need to be nice in case. I'm so sorry. I need to. Something I've been realizing, something I feel convicted about. I need to be way nicer when I see an arrangement that's rough, because someday the arranger's going to be in chat and I'm going to crush their spirit. I'm going to like make them quit music. I need to be so much nicer. Unless it's like an arrangement by some guy who's like 70 and they don't know how to internet and it doesn't matter. I'm totally going to like ruin someone's life someday if I keep being mean. But if you are in the chat and you're the one who arranged this, let's chat. I can help. This is okay, so the real rhythm is 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but what they wrote is and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and the rhythm of the melody is so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and everything's like staggered by an eighth. But what they wrote is and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and wait, isn't this right? I wonder if, like, in some places it's correct. I haven't listened to it in a while. No. Ba-da-ba-da-da. Ba-ba. Oh, actually, that is right. They just added a B for some reason. There's just some wrong notes. The notation is pretty good. It's just not the music. Yeah, this is problematic. I just want to know how this happens. Like, okay, I know some people struggle with the idea of syncopation. I totally get that. And like things being sort of staggered by an offbeat. We had this exact, or by like a eighth note or so. We had this exact problem with a transcription of the final battle theme from Mario Galaxy 2. It was the same exact thing. Because it's this, but that's a tough one. Everything is off by like 1/16. So the melody is 1, 2, 3, bop, bop, ba da 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 dot, dot, da. You see how it's not landing on the claps? Bop, bop, ba da 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 da, got, got, da 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 da. And they wrote it bop, 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 bop. It sounded like a Sousa march or something instead of this like hip, just barely off. So I get that. But what I don't get is how they could actually get so close to accurate while off by an eighth note. Because what I mean is that seems harder. It seems way harder to do that. I just like I'm kind of impressed. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed by it. No, I want to play this as written. I'm going to play it as written, Jaren. And you know what's funny? Despite how horribly wrong it is, it might be kind of cool in like a weird way. Like sometimes being sort of square with something that's a little more syncopated can be sort of cool. Let's find out. Let's find out. Maybe it was deliberate and he just improved it. It kind of works, honestly. I would say it's a little more like tango or something. I mean, I realize the original has like a little Latin flair to it. I see it. It's kind of like Piazzolla or something. So if we wanted to elaborate on this, it'd be like. This is like dancing with a rose between your teeth. Oh, this is what you need. Doesn't sound like monkeys. Well, imagine monkeys tango dancing with roses between their teeth. Imagine that and then tell me it doesn't sound like monkeys. I get a golf clap for that. Syrupy Snake Hazard, honestly, a lot of it's just experience. I've been doing this stuff a very long time. Very, very, very long time. I'm too old. I've been arranging video game music since I was like 12. When my dad bought me Finale when I was 12. Buy your kids software that they'll actually use and learn stuff because it's pretty cool. So I've had Finale for ages. Thank you for the 500 bits, Matt's Random Things. Appreciate it. Something that could be in a Rhythm Heaven game. Yeah, I could see that. The goat is recovered mostly. I'm not feeling 100%. I just kind of feel like weak. My strength is not yet fully recovered. Perhaps I would remember my strength if my hands held my old sword. What is it is it Elrond? Is that Elrond giving Aragorn his sword? Something like that. Nerd. Thank you for the sub. Who did it? Who done a sub? Ari Eddie. Man with the machine gun. You need castanets. Man with the machine gun from our new friend, a Witchbird. And thank you again for the resub. That was very cool. Man with a machine gun. Man, this one is cheeseball. But, like, people love it. I kind of like it. I've never quite understood why this one's like a big Final Fantasy hit. Man with the machine gun. You just kind of have to embrace the disco thing. Alicia from Expedition 33. I don't actually know that one. But if you do choose your own sheets request, you could plop that in there. Here's Man with the machine gun. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. All right. Gotta wake up. Gotta bring my A game, man. Just gotta bring it. So when I play a lot of the Final Fantasy stuff, I'm just doing it from what's called the OST book. And it's like sort of baby's first version of these. So what's written is... That's what's written. But I like to funk things up a bit. And so I do... That's the right hand what I was doing, then something like that in the left. So I'm going like... Yeah, I like to spice that stuff up. It's a lot more fun that way. Someone says, "Hi, Trevor. I'm still a very beginner pianist. How do I train myself to play different melodies at different rhythms with my hands?" Well, when you say different melodies, do you mean actually like straight up different melodies when it's like unique lines, as opposed to just like a melody and an accompaniment? So like, if you have, with the song I just played, for example, when you have that, you wouldn't call that two different melodies. You call it like an accompaniment and a melody, whereas if I had... that, you could call that a melody and a counter melody. Now, that's a lot more difficult, of course, because they're each doing something more intricate. Or like, if you had... That's still a lot easier than something where they're each doing something more like interesting and lyrical, because that's an accompaniment pattern. Part of what makes that so manageable for a person and makes it something you can learn to do faster is that you do it more. You do that more often. Like that sort of pattern, that's just a thing that you do all the time, right? And so... I can do that sort of thing quite easily because my hands are just used to doing that, right? So when it comes to that, I mean, the answer really is going to be the same either way. It's going to be practice each hand slowly by itself and then practice them together even slower, right? It just comes down to muscle memory. That's the boring answer. You have to get to where you're not doing it, but your hands are doing it. Your hands are the ones that are taking the lead. Like that has saved me so much when recording an album, when I've practiced sufficiently on something and like my brain's not working, but I'll still just nail a part and I'm like, wow, man, how did I do that? I don't even know. It's not luck. It's muscle memory. It's just your muscles knowing how to do stuff. It needs to be like driving. Like driving, you don't really think that hard about it. I mean, sometimes you should, but... Your daughter always wants to rush when you clearly hear she's not ready for the speed. Yeah, my dad would always ask me when I was a kid, where's the fire? It's like such a dad thing to say, where's the fire, whenever I'd practice, because I would play way too fast. A really nicely performed, slightly too slow rendition of something, always better than like shredding and having tons of mistakes. Always going to be better. I mean, maybe with like very rare exceptions. What's up, Ducks? Of course, you had to come in saying something really awkward. Thanks for that, Ducks, if that is your real name. My wife says that all the time now. If that is your real name, like when my baby's in the bath, there's a squirt gun or a few that they play with, and my wife will squirt the rubber duckies in there, and they're each like a different theme. Like there's like a cotton candy one, she'll squirt it, and she'll say, "Take that, cotton candy duck," if that is your real name. And the baby finds it really funny for some reason. But that's my line. All right, let's move on. I'm talking too much. Bleep. Sticker Bush. All right. Sticky Bush Symphony from Donkey Konga's Country. This is a good one, man. My handsies are so tired. They're so tired. Just like fatigued. They don't hurt really. They're just weak. They feel fatiguey. Fatiguey for real, man. Oh, lucky Chimera. A lot is good. Life is going really well right now. I feel like getting sick was actually kind of a good thing. It gave me like a brain reset. I've been needing a reset. Things are going great and there's so much going on and it's all good stuff that's going on, but there's like kind of too much of it and I've just been overloaded mentally. And so I even have been saying to my wife, like, I just really need like a full brain reset, like putting the pin in the little hole. And I feel like getting sick kind of did that for me because it was 2 full days of not working. I was just annihilated, so I wasn't able to work. And then I gradually started getting it going again yesterday. And I feel like it sort of reset my brain. So feeling good. Wife cut a couple inches off my hair today because I think it is getting a little out of control. I think I might cut a little more, maybe like that much, get it just a little above the shoulders. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yggdrasil, you should make a poll about how many inches of my hair I should cut. All right, here's Sticker Bunch Symphony. Sticky Bunch Symphony. Something like that. Today I've been listening to Dirty Loops a lot. Anybody here like Dirty Loops? I just got on a kick with it. Yeah, David Weiss is incredible. I got to work with him on something once. But I don't like talking about it because the whole thing was stupid. Not him. He's an angel. What a lovely man he was to work with. The situation was stupid. Dirty Loops is an incredible band. They like their main thing back in the day, at least, was. Have I ever played Final Fantasy VII boss music? Yes. Painted Keys. You can get a free request token if you just type !request. It should work. And then search One Winged Angel, assuming that's the one you want, and then you can request it and put it on the queue, and it'll be right there. Oh, do you not have a token? Did it not work? I changed how some things work, and I may have screwed it up. Yeah, you have a token. Did it never tell you that you got a token? So it would appear that doing !request is giving you a token, but then I think it's also like telling you the whole stuff about not being able to request because blah, blah, blah and all that. But you got one, so you do have it. I got to fix that. Yeah, the one free token for following, that's a more recent thing. I really like it. It just keeps things moving. It makes, a little something fun for everybody new. Okay, I'm popping open my Trello. I'm becoming a Trello boy again. I have been before. Stream/YouTube. Users not getting a message with free token. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I've been listening to Dirty Loops. Their whole thing, at least it used to be, taking pop songs and reharmonizing them and making them like funk fusion and stuff, just absolutely insane, off the charts. Yeah, I definitely can't talk about how much money I make from stuff, Crazy Gamer. That one, that one is pretty off limits. I mean, I don't technically have an NDA for it, but it would just be like big time faux pas to share that. But all I will say is that Materia Collective takes very good care of me when it comes to payment for those. I feel very fairly treated with the payment for those albums. Album. There's only one. There's only one Deltarune album. What am I talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I just leaked that I'm doing Volume 2. Just kidding. You realize that for those of you who missed it, there was a YouTube short where we already teased it. But I feel like I wanted to drop the whole track, but it just sort of... the timing wasn't really right, and so instead we just did a teaser. But I think a lot of people missed it. This teaser that we're doing Volume 2, obviously, and it was just a little bit of TV time. And it sounds like this. That's it. That's all that exists in the public of Volume 2. That arrangement. So we're kind of leading with a banger. And I'll say this much, that's my favorite one on the album. In fact, I think that's my favorite arrangement from either album. I went unhinged on TV time, just full-blown nuts. Okay, so Deep Intermission said, I've heard some bad stories about Materia. Have I ever been affected by that kind of stuff? No, not really. And my general policy on that, because, yeah, I know about the controversies and stuff. My general policy is I'm kind of Switzerland when it comes to all that, and I stay out of it because, I work with them a lot, and they treat me well. The main thing I will say about that is just that my experience in working with them is very good. There are a lot of people there that I've worked with a lot who are really wonderful. And so, these things are complicated, right? It's never quite as simple as, like, they're the bad guy and there are good guys. And a lot of the negative PR stuff, no, I'm not going to say all of it, But a lot of the negative PR stuff does actually come from people not understanding how some things work. I'm not saying that all of it comes from that. I think it's definitely more nuanced than that. But that's kind of generally where I have to fall with it, which is I don't talk about it, right? I have a very good experience in working with them. I'll say that. And they respect my time. They pay well. And yeah, that's my personal experience. So I'm not really personally affected by, any of the frustrations people have, but, and I think some of the frustrations people have aren't warranted. Some of them are, it's a little nuanced. Do they collect my materia? Stop it, Yggdrasil. Why would you do that? Hyrule Castle inside. This one's kind of fun to do on organ. Should I do it on organ, or is it going to bore you guys if I bust out my organ sample library? Because this is the one that's actually on organ. Should I do it? Let's see. I have to... I have a pipe organ here in my home. Just kidding. No. I'm going to bust out this guy. I need to get a better angle for this keyboard. You know what I noticed that's pretty cool is I've had a couple meetings recently on Zoom and whatever, and my laptop is right here. So the camera for the laptop is on the laptop. Duh. Thank you, Cheese Muffin, for the 5 bones. And so when I do Zoom meetings, I just use my laptop camera. What I've noticed, because I recently put up string lights in the whole studio, so you can't see it, but all lining the top of the ceiling, you've got string lights. And you can't see them, but it's like really neat. It's really vibey. I did it mostly for me, just because I like the vibe it creates while I'm working. But I've noticed the angle from my MacBook screen or MacBook camera is kind of cool. I might mess with a face cam angle at some point that is a little bit from below. I might try it. I might try that. Hear me out. Oh, actually, I think I could show you what it... So the quality is poo-poo butts, but let me see. It's all jankified for some reason. Positions all off. Yeah, you'll get the idea. This angle. So this is what the studio would be looking like. And then the Red Notice poster would be in it. I'm just saying. So not exactly this, of course, because it would look stupid, but like something like this. And so then when I talk to you guys, I'm like, what's up? Yo, I'm 88-bit music. How's it going? Oh, it's me. Just like that. It's kind of cool, right? Like, it's a little vibey. And look, like, you get to see a lot more of the decor. Yeah, I feel like this could be fun. But I just happened to notice it when doing Zoom calls. Like, oh, I see so much more stuff. And then you also get a sense of the size of the room. Looks like I'm recording a cameo. No, Jaren, I got to disagree. I mean, well, for one... like, duh, because I'm on the built-in camera on my computer. So, like, yeah, to some extent, that's a given. But also, it's because it looks like potato poo-poo. I don't think it would look like that if it were, like, crispy, nice camera and all that. I think it's that it looks like potato poo-poo, but then also, like, yeah, to some extent, duh, because it's the computer built-in camera. I think it could be pretty cool, actually, with, like, a little tweaking. So, the camera couldn't go there, first of all, because the camera couldn't go there because my laptop's there. So it would either be past Trevor, go away, stay in the past. It wasn't an indictment of the camera quality. It was simply the slightly from below angle. No, I'll below your angle. Can I rewind on that one? You can't find fight on. Do you want fighting? Is it or is it yeah, the main ones that I know and have are the piano collections ones, so I'd recommend choosing one of those, and I think you won't be disappointed, probably. 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 Here is, let me bust out an organ patch. Or, hear me out, alternative for Hyrule Castle inside. Here's an alternative approach. All right, I'm done. The bit did not deserve to go on that long. I just love that sound, man. That's one of my faves. All right, I've got a sample library that's pretty nice. It's free. It's entirely free. Leeds something Town Hall organ. Yeah. It's really nice. I like it a lot. Let's see. Content. Yeah, and there's 5 or 6 presets. It's all P nice, man. It's P nice. I think one of the there's no key switches for it. Not built in anyway. I should set it up properly sometime. But I can switch them as I go, so it's just going to be a little slow. So there's that, and then there's... I feel like it needs some reverberousnessosity. So it's going to be really awkward the way that I'm like switching between things and wasting all kinds of time doing this, that, and the other, but you know, just bear with me. I think I'm gonna embellish a little this time. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna have some fun with it. Something like that. Man, I want like a really nice pipe organ sample library where I can imitate the stops, like actually pull out stops, because I got all these sliders right here. That would be super cool. I should have a wish list for sample libraries that people could tip for. Like stuff where I'm never going to actually buy it. I'm not going to put the money into that, but like if somebody wants to specifically tip like a wish list, right? Like an Amazon wish list or whatever, but instead just sample libraries, libraries. Pipe organ's sick. That's some sick business. Why it muted? Oh. Oh, the second one. Yeah, Painted Keys. It's not in the piano collections. The piano collections is just a curated set of like 14 or so tracks from Final Fantasy VII that were arranged specifically for piano. And even if there were, well, there is an arrangement of the one you're talking about in something called the Piano Opera. I wouldn't play it very well right now anyway. I might not ever really play it that well because I haven't practiced it at any point, and I'm not even like playing quite my best today. I realized that was like 10 different excuses at once, but it's the truth. But I could do One Winged Angel, I could do fighting, I could do anything from the piano collections decently. Why is it actually really good? It says Lateralis. Well, excuse me, I'm so sorry. In Breath of the Wild, I think it's when you're inside the castle, not outside. It is organ. So there's that. Bleep. There's that. Asgore from Wundertale. How does this one go? Is this the one that goes bop 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 boop bop bop? Is it that one? Buh, buh, buh. Oh no, it's ba 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 bum ba do 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 do. Yeah, all right. I'll give it a shot. I've played this like once, twice. I don't know. Whoa! Too much reverb! Don't love that. For the record, I know that my tempo and feel were like way off. My arms are just not keeping up today. You want me to ruin this song for you forever? This isn't one of those things where you're saying it's ripping something off, but it's just 4 notes that sound like, or no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes that sound like something, and I'm going to put it in your head forever. Although, like, a bunch of you are probably 12 and don't, wouldn't know this show. When it goes here, where is it? When it gets there, on a 3-hour tour. Just get that in your head, and it'll never come out. I know it was a joke, crazy gamer. It's the song from Titanic, actually. On a 3-hour tour. So now you're going to hear that every time. For those of you who actually know what that is. Raise your hand if you know what that show is, so I can feel super old. Like, knowing what that show is should not be an indication of being old. That doesn't feel okay. I never was, like, into it. No, Titanic isn't a show, Yggdrasil. Unless you're talking about going to the picture show or something. What are you even talking about? It's time for Scars of Time from Krongo Trongo. I know I said Titanic, but I said numerous times something about a show before that. And I was responding to Crazy Gamer saying, oh, this is that one car song from Roblox. That was a joke. And I said, I know it was a joke. It's actually the song from Titanic. 2 separate things, Yggdrasil. Keep up. Come on. If you guys ever notice that I'm really mean to Yggdrasil, it's because he's my mod. And that's just how it's supposed to be with mods. You're supposed to take advantage of their hard work, not pay them anything, and be really mean to them. That's just how it's supposed to be. This is a melodica. Just kidding, it's a melodica. But I was watching Marco Meatball earlier, and he said melodica on his stream. And so I said that's how I'm going to say it from now on. This is my melodica. His name is Jimmy. He has 44 keys. It's the same length as, or it's the same amount of keys as half of a piano. How cool is that? Ba-da-da-da-da-da. On a 3-hour tour. All right. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't. We'll find out. Excuse me. this guy. I love my Jimmy. My little Jimmy John. Mizzano, or Mizzino, I don't know which. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. That was thank you, Jim. Good performance. Love my Jimmy. Feeling a little worn out. I'll probably stop at like 6:30 tonight. Lost Girl, Deltarune. Oh. Why do people have to keep requesting this one? People keep requesting this one and forcing me to pretend that I don't know it really well and have an arrangement of it that I can't play. So I have to just kind of improvise on it. How long have I played piano? Since I started lessons when I was 7. I mean, I would noodle around on it before that because we owned a piano when I was a kid. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm just tired. You're an old fan, Delta? I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. 6:30 Central, yeah. So about an hour from now, I think is maybe where I'll call it. Lost Girl. All right, I'm gonna pretend I don't really know it, and I'm just gonna do like a simple rendition that is not a full arrangement. That's not sarcasm. I'm saying it truly is not an existing real arrangement because I can't do that yet. All I can say is if you like that track, you may be in for a treat. Hopefully before too long. Thank you for that raid of 1, Dr. Doolittle. The spider, the little spider raid alert is kind of most disturbing when there's just one. I don't know if you guys can hear the sound where it's like, which I just made that with my mouth, obviously, the sound effect. And the pitch is proportional to the size of the spider, which is random. So if it's a big one, it's like, and if it's a little one, it's like, and that, so just one fat spider went by right now, and it's like, really, it's a spooter cat, is what it's called. Excuse me, man. Definitely not 100%. I'm close. I'm getting there. It's raining somewhere else. From Wuntertale. You know what track I really like? I really like the track The Place Where It Rained. It's a good track. Here's It's Raining Somewhere Else. From Wuntertale. From the popular German indie game, Wuntertale. That's a nice song. I like that song. That's a nice song. Golf clap. I think you mean you love Wuntertale with an umlaut. Umlaut, umlaut, umlaut. Shoobity bapa umlaut. Umlaut, umlaut. Yeah, yeah. Does Gen Z know that song? Does Gen Z know about Hanson? They were like the hot thing for like 10 minutes. Or was it longer than that? Witchbird with 5 gifted subs. Holy mackerel. But I gotta press the button for it to come through. Wowie zowie. Holy mackerel. Gift subs just get, all kinds of subs just get stored up while I'm playing a song, and then when I click the button to move on to the next song, they all play. So I'm just waiting for the day that we have like 300 gift subs all rack up while I'm playing one song so that we can just like crash the stream. Every third song on Radio Disney, but yeah, every third song was Mbop. I don't remember a single Hanson song other than Mbop. Does anyone? Title from Wind Waker. Hey, Hitala. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but hello from America to Norway. How's it going? You know, I appreciate Norway because you gave us Grieg. It's one of my favorite composers. He's one of my favorite composers specifically because of a piece that like nobody knows. You're from Germany. Awesome. I am 1/4 German. So we're probably related. Oh, this is I thought this was going to be Dom Chiki Chi Chiki Chink Chink Chi. This one's for Simon Plays Games. Twisty Waz says, "Hey Trevor, in a bit of a dark time right now. I think I need a bit of your playing right now. Always awesome to hear you." Hey, Twisty Waz. Every once in a while I'm a nice person. I'm giving you a free request token. You pick something. Pick a little something. Any something. Pick a treat off the list. Sorry to hear you're having a rough time. That sucks. But you know, the thing about rough times is that they get better. Generally. I mean, some things maybe don't, and some things take a long time. But generally speaking, that's the way they be. So pick a little treat off the song list. All right. Title theme from Wind Waker. Oh my goodness. LC Cell says, hello from France, and thanks, a Witchbird for the sub. Well, hello in France. En français. I did Duolingo French for like 3 months. I just can't do the R. I straight up cannot do the R. It always sounds wrong. Here's title theme from Wind Waker. Wind Waker. Yeah, the old hand bones be sluggish today. Forearms are not vibing. I just lost all my strength, man. I lost like 8 pounds while I was sick. I think I've already gotten a bit of it back because a lot of it's water weight, of course. I mean, you can guess why with a stomach bug I would lose a lot of water weight. I bet you can guess. Rob Ancalajon, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Moving on to fighting from Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, so I'm just going to give you a heads up. This will probably not be amazing. Probably not be amazing. Since the old hands, really it's the forearms. That's where most of the work happens with piano is your forearms. That's where the muscle action really happens apparently. I don't know. That's the science I've been told. Imagine if I had forearms. Stop it. It'll be amazing. Well, you say that. It's going to be a little sluggish. It's going to sound like I don't have rhythm because like everything's just a little behind in what my muscles do versus my brain. My brain's working pretty okay. It's the old arms that aren't vibing. But I'll give it the old college try. I love this arrangement. I actually practiced it a bunch at one point. was something. That was actually better than I thought it would be. I got a lot of it just fine. What I'm struggling with is very specific. It's chords, as funny as that sounds. So like doing the octaves or even like that is way harder for some reason than just individual notes. That is a contestant for one of the greatest. I mean, it's not a contestant for one of the greatest. It's a contestant for the greatest video game piano arrangement of all time. It is beyond perfect. Like the creativity going on in that thing. I'm a total. Are we allowed to say simp yet, or is that offensive? I'm a total simp for Shiro Hamaguchi. He's the peak. He's the peak of piano arrangers. You think Twitch lets us say that? You stan him? Yeah, but that's not funny. That doesn't sound funny. I feel like it sounds funny to say that you simp for a piano arranger. Oh, it's beyond peak. It's as good as it gets. Yggdrasil, why aren't you subbed? You can't even use emotes. Man, you consider yourself a mod on this channel and you're not even giving me money to work for me? I'm just kidding. Somebody gift a sub to Yggdrasil. I'm just kidding. People have said I'm a cult leader just because I'm a Twitch streamer. I'm not even close to like the cult leader vibe that some Twitch streamers are. Maybe back when I was doing like the charity stuff, because I was getting people to give a crap ton of money to charity. But I've never been like manipulative otherwise. I don't think. I mean, I guess kind of like you are by default to some extent. Witchbird did it. Witchbird did it. Amazing. Thank you for the gifted sub to Witchbird. All right, of course, somebody had to request Scarlet Forest from Deltarune. That was just a given. I probably won't play it all that great. But I said that about fighting, and it was okay. I'm going to struggle a bit, though. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Probably the stuff toward the end, the big chords, I'm going to struggle. Oh, wait, I got a video of my baby from my wife. They went on a walk. Or as my toddler says, a walk. Wait, why isn't it showing on my phone? Why is it only showing on my computer? Okay, you're just going to have to watch my reaction. Twitch streamer reacts to video of his baby. Hopefully she doesn't say anything compromising. Hopefully the baby doesn't say my home address. Oh, they see the moon. Tess is crescent. So she knows full moon and crescent. She's obsessed with the sun and moon. Absolutely obsessed. So she'll say full moon almost perfect. She says full moon. But crescent is Tess. And she got it wrong apparently. This one's gibbous. She's chugging some water while this is happening. No. She doesn't want to go inside. Aw, my baby. She's so cute. I have the best baby in the world. You don't. I do. If you have a baby, it's not the best. She's going to be an astronomer or an alchemist. Or an astrologer. All right. Here's Scarlet Forest. Doing that sound effect after saying my baby could be an astrologer for some reason. For some reason, that really tickled me. I don't know why. All right, here we go. Just kidding. Teasing with that one. Senlikin, have you ever gotten a request before? Because everybody's supposed to get one free one if they type !request. I didn't play it flawlessly, but that actually was one of the better times that I've performed it recently. Just got the funniest picture of my baby. The next song is Coin from Mario Brothers, and it goes like this. Oh, a year or two ago. Well, then you still should get a free one, because you wouldn't be in the new system. Anyone who's not in the current system, if they type !request, should get a free token. So I gotta sort that out. Man, the way toddlers talk is so funny. So the fact that she has no problem saying full moon, but then crescent is tuss. And oatmeal is eatmo. It's eatmo. Mac and cheese is ack cheese. She says cheese, perfect. Well, yeah, I know ours are hard, but it's not even a k sound or like it's just one random little utterance. Tuss. Tuss. It's not even Tess. It's like not even in the ballpark, but then she says so many things perfectly. Grandpa is impa. Grandma is ima. But cheese is cheese. No problem there. She's getting good at saying I love you. Granted, I have to prompt it every time, but I'll say, can you say I love you? And she says, I love you. Like the y is great. I love you, she says. And she's a little lover, man. She gives hugs. She gives hugs and she gives kisses. She's so precious. Okay. Excuse me. I'm a little more sluggish and tired today on account of having had a stomach bug, for those of you just getting here, recovering from it. What about snacks? She will say snacks, but I don't know that it's like that funny the way she says it. I don't even really remember. Camille Camilos says, where did you learn to arrange and compose music so beautifully? Well, I mean, a lot of it does just come down to experience. It comes down to experience. It comes down to just raw hours. Starting young helped for sure. Then it's what you listen to and it's what you play, right? Just soaking it in constantly. So the Final Fantasy piano collections, you hope I recover. Wow. Usually people say, I hope you recover soon. It's kind of dark to just say, I hope you recover. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you grief. But it's such a funny way to say it. I hope you recover. Okay, you want to rant with Trevor? I'm going to rant until there's a song on the queue. How about that? I'm going to go on rants. You think you found this channel via some of my piano arrangements of Chrono Trigger. Do I provide access to the sheet music or anywhere in particular? Sheet music of my own arrangements? For some of the albums, yes. For some, no. So Chrono Trigger is nowhere because we can't sell it. And I didn't even fully notate a lot of them because I'm terrible. You hope I recover in the next 30 minutes. There we go. That's nice. Thank you. Okay, it's time for rants with Trevor. I like a lot of the Marvel movies. I don't like a lot of the Marvel movies. I'm kind of there's a big range in how good they are. But I saw Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness back around when it came out, and I just couldn't remember it. I couldn't remember if I liked it or thought it was good or anything. And so my wife and I decided to watch it last night. It is a terrible movie. We got 50 minutes in and we were just like, we can't anymore. It's so bad. It's really, really bad. Genuinely terrible. And the reviews weren't even that negative for it. Audience response was generally positive. The dialogue is Marvel dialogue usually isn't great to begin with, but it's extra bad. But you know what kills me? Here's what kills me. I'm going to rant until somebody requests. Oh, Thor Ragnarok is next level. That is my favorite. That's my favorite. Hands down. Infinity Wars and Endgame are great. I realize that's like such a basic thing to say, but they're great movies. I think they're really good, and they're just so much fun. They got like plot holes and stuff, but I don't care. Who cares? It's comic books. Here's the main thing that makes Multiverse of Madness suck. I don't care. I don't care about anything that's happening in it. I just don't care. Everything with Wanda sucks. She's a great actress, don't get me wrong, and the character isn't like the worst. But I don't care. First of all, hot take maybe, I don't know if this is offensive. Vision's not a person. He's not a person. He's AI. Her whole relationship with him is basically people who have AI girlfriends. If you look at a person who has made ChatGPT their girlfriend, you feel bad for them, right? You feel bad for them. It's sad. It's not natural, right? I mean, this is a question of philosophy, right? So I could see somebody disagreeing and saying like, well, at a certain point, it's a consciousness and what. And I get he's supposed to be like next level and like he's basically a consciousness. And so it raises questions of what is a human? What is a consciousness? And like, yeah, okay, whatever. Setting that all aside. My personal take, he's not a person. He's an AI made by Tony Stark, right? So ultimately, she's not even involved with Vision because he's not real. Ultimately, it's more like she was involved with Tony Stark because he made it. So, like, the closest thing to a human that it is actually Tony Stark. So I don't care about any of that, first of all. But then the stuff with her kids aren't real either. She doesn't have any. She never did. And so, okay, here's where I can get on board. It is meaningful and substantial, her desire to have children. Absolutely. The desire to have children is a beautiful and meaningful and serious and heavy thing. And so, like, you know, the topic of infertility or can't have a kid for this reason or that reason or whatever. Heavy stuff. Super meaningful. I do care. What I don't care about is all the times that she's saying, I lost my children. You didn't lose your children. You didn't have any. What are you talking about? I couldn't care about WandaVision either. It was kind of cool. WandaVision was like kind of cool because the concept was fresh and they did something different. I respect that. But her whole thing about her obsession with Vision and her children that don't really exist and stuff, oh my gosh. And the boys that play her sons in Multiverse of Madness, the scene where they like sing her the little song about wanting ice cream is one of the cringiest things I've ever seen in any movie. They have these like blank stares as they're doing it, like they're dead inside. And no offense to those kids. Maybe they're great actors now. I don't know, but they weren't then. Was that really mean to say? That's like the most like... It's not even a backhand compliment. I don't know. It's the best like guarded insult. To say they might be great actors now, but they weren't then. Does anybody here remember that scene where they're like, Mom, come here, Mom. We want to show you something, Mom. And then they made up a little song about how they're going to like be good if they get ice cream. It is the cringiest scene, maybe in all of Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is so painful. And, okay, Benedict Cumberbatch is a good actor, right? I think he's a good actor. But is it just me or is he not good in it? But the thing is, how good could he be with it? I feel like he's doing the best he can. And sort of same for, what's her name, Elizabeth Olsen. Sort of the same for her. Like, I think she's a really good actress, but, like, I don't know. What can you do with that? I mean, some people manage to sell it. Some people manage to sell the whole bad scripts, right? They can bring it A game somehow. But also his American accent kind of sucks. That's fine. That's fine, though. I'm not going to, like, come at an actor for not having a great accent because my every accent sucks. I can't do any accent. But like every 100 words or so that he says is like way off. It's way off. It's fine. He's Doctor Strange. He's weird. It's okay. Yeah. Maybe I'm also just kind of like a little sick of the typecasting that he gets. Like, I recently discovered that the Sherlock show really actually does suck. I didn't think it did when I was watching it until like it got into the later seasons, and I was like, something feels wrong. But I just sort of went with it, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I watched H. Bomber Guy's video called Sherlock is Rubbish, and the whole time I was like, oh my gosh, you're so right. It's terrible. It's always the later seasons. Were the early seasons great? Here's why they're not. Here's why they're not. He says this, and I'm going to back him up on this. Because he's totally right. Sherlock is a horrible character in that show, and he's not in the books. He's not. He is vain. He's smug. He knows he's the smartest person in the room. But in the books, he's kind of charming at the same time, and he like manages to keep people sort of engaged with him, and he's fun. In the show, he's horrible. He's a horrible person. I can't get behind him as a protagonist at all. It's not Benedict Cumberbatch's fault. When he says, in the very first episode, Martin Freeman says something about, like, why didn't I see that? Or something like that. And he says, because you're an idiot. And then, like, don't worry, most people are. Is that funny? That's not funny. Is that supposed to be, like, quippy? It's just terrible. This is just a terrible thing to say. Is that funny to British people? I don't think so. I don't know. You say, you mean if it's true? Well, no. Even if it's true, what are you accomplishing other than looking like just a D-bag? Like, in the books, I would say he has tact, but he doesn't really have tact so much in the books as just like he has just enough charm. I've read a few now, and I think that's part of why I recognize that the show is really bad. Because they just mangled his character. They didn't get it right at all. I feel like they weren't trying to. They were trying more to make him like funny. And everybody being like just crazy about him, except for you have to have the token characters that aren't behind what he's doing. Like the lab tech who's in love with him, like from the get-go. Like it's sort of supposed to tell me that I'm supposed to think he's amazing. The fact that she's so in love with him. And why? He's completely unlikable, which isn't to say that people never like fall for people who are unlikable. I get that happens, but like, it's just because he's smart. That's all he has going for him. Yeah, this entire conversation is about Dux the Savior. And Benedict Cumberbatch isn't particularly good looking. He falls into the category that's like ugly hot. You know what I'm talking about? Ugly hot? Is that a phrase? He's the Spock type. Yeah. Weird take. You know who, what's up, I am Jenkins. I love that you call me son. I saw your YouTube comment. You know who I think is not ugly hot, but like ugly handsome, in just the right context and in just the right, Zachary Quinto. I think he's just kind of mid. Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi, I think, is actually ugly handsome. Because obviously, like, he has a look, man. And, like, the one thing that you're not supposed to be in Hollywood is boring. Like, the one thing you're not supposed to look is, how come half the Twitch chats aren't showing up on Facecam? Are any of them? I feel like PappyBot's been connecting or disconnecting from Twitch a lot. Funny enough, I'm rebooting him now. Steve Buscemi has a look, and you're only supposed to not look boring if you're going to be famous, right? You could be ugly, you can be ugly, you could be hot, but don't look boring. Steve Buscemi, generally, like, people would say he's ugly. Right? Like, I realize that sounds mean. I'm not saying it. But, like, he's strange looking, for sure. But hear me out. I think he's got a vibe to him. And I would say it's like ugly handsome. I'm making up these terms right now. This is me on the fly. Do you guys like this content? Is this better than me playing piano? I'm pivoting to React content. Hear me out. I realize he's like a little younger here for sure, but like that's not an ugly man. I don't think so. I think he's got a certain something to him. Like he's strange for sure and different for sure. But like, okay, like this is a guy I want to have a beer with right here. Look, you're bug-eyed for sure. The eyes are strange. That's like where most of the weird comes from. The thing is, I don't even think he'd be offended by being called ugly. He's probably like, yeah, man, I own it. You know, that's the vibe I get. But hear me out. Wouldn't you have a beer with this guy? Wouldn't you have a beer with him? I would. I'd hang with that guy. That's my take. That's my weird take. You know who's not ugly handsome is Mr. Bean. Some people, it just is what it is. What is Trevor even saying? We're talking about the idea of ugly handsome. Actors in particular that are like not conventionally attractive, but they have like a vibe to them. On the other hand, you got the ones that, why has my YouTube viewer count gone up since I started ranting? Can I recommend a book for writing music with this level of quality? Oh, like the stuff No books. Just study music. Study the music itself. The Final Fantasy Piano Collection, specifically 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 actually is great. 12, 10 to 13. Everything from 7 to 13. Did I say Mr. Beast or Mr. Bean? No, Mr. Bean. Man, Mr. Beast. I got thoughts, but since he's like a young person and a contemporary of mine, it feels more wrong. Does that make sense? I don't know why. There's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, all I'm gonna say is what your Draxler said. There's nothing behind those eyes. There is nothing behind the eyes. It's eerie when you smile. But it's like I find it hard to do to the thumbnails. Yes, he doesn't smile from the nose up. The eyes don't have it, which like I feel kind of mean. I don't want to go off, but I mean I from what I've seen, he's kind of a horrible person. But I don't personally know. But there are scandals and stuff. Afraid of the Beast blowback. No, I don't think he's gonna come at me. I think he's got bigger problems. Mr. Beast piano collection. I feel like that kind of smile that doesn't make it above the cheeks. I'm not a psychomonologist, but I feel like that's probably an indicator of being a sociopath or psychotic. What do you guys think? I feel like that's got to be an indicator of being a sociopath. Not being a smile. Open your eyes. Get bright eyes, right? It's not that hard. But it's so just normal eyes. I can't even do it. Is that it? I feel like that was close. I have to like be sad with my eyes while doing the smile with my teeth. I can't do it. I feel like nobody's requesting right now because they prefer my rant to music. Anyway, I kind of went off too much on that, maybe. I don't know how nice I need to be with like kind of crooked YouTubers and stuff. It's not because I think they don't deserve to be called out and criticized. I feel bad because I don't want to do that about anyone, generally speaking, unless there's something to be had from it. Because it's basically, now I'm thinking more about philosophy and morality and stuff. We're pivoting. Talking smack on Mr. Beast, for example, right here. Is that okay? Here's my thought. Am I having any impact on the situation? One, does it have anything to do with me? The situation just meaning him and whether he's terrible and blah, blah, blah. Does it have anything to do with me? Can I have any impact on the situation? If the answer to both of those is no, then it's gossip, right? And gossip to me is poison. Poison. Doesn't even matter if they never hear the stuff that you said. It's one of the worst things. Call evil out for being evil. Yeah, but, and so like, yeah, I can get behind that for sure. I can get behind that. But why? Am I changing hearts? Am I changing minds? Am I making an impact on the situation? If you're making an impact on the situation, of course, that's great. That's different. If you're speaking out, YouTubers, for example, who are genuinely exposing scandal and like doing research and shedding light on things that need to have light shed on them, that I'm not going to criticize. I think it can have merit. It could still be for bad motivations. Judge not lest ye be judged. Yeah, well, yes, there's that. I mean, I can still judge in my heart and in my mind whether it's whether he's a terrible person and all that, but better generally to keep it to myself. Or like just conversations with my wife or whatever, that's different, right? H Bomber Guy's your favorite gossip YouTuber. You know why? Research. That's the difference. However, his video about Dark Souls 2 is stupid. Really stupid. I made it about halfway through recently, and he's wrong about like almost everything. I get where he's coming from with some of it, but I think he went in with a premise that he wanted to have a different take on Dark Souls 2, and he just twisted everything to be actually it's a good thing. Like he just took a bunch of bad things and said actually it's a good thing. Because I tried for the third time recently, like the last few weeks, for the third time I attempted to get into Dark Souls 2. It's bad. It's really bad. I want to like it, and there are good things. Majula, the town that you first come into, gorgeous, really cool idea. There's some cool stuff. There's some cool bosses. There's some really neat weapons. It introduced power stancing, I think, which they didn't bring back till Elden Ring, I guess. I don't know, whatever. There are some cool things. But the bad things are so bad. They are so bad. They took bad mechanics from Dark Souls, made them worse, and then added a bunch. Here is the number one. Oh, it's one of your favorites. I'm not going to say it shouldn't be. And if I got through the whole thing, maybe I'd feel differently. Maybe. But there are some mechanics that are outright unforgivable. Here is the number one. And it's entirely possible that you've played the whole thing and never even noticed. Because if you get used to it, the bad things make the good things feel better. Is that good game design? I'm going to put a bunch of bad mechanics in my game so that the good mechanics feel better. Like, obviously, that's not what they were thinking. Combat is sluggish. What if you said all Dark Souls games are bad? Well, then you'd be just wrong. I mean, I don't know. You can not like it. That's fine. Like, I'm never going to criticize someone for not liking Souls games. I can see plenty of reasons not to. There's jank. They all have jank. Even Elden Ring has a lot of jank, but like I think they're spectacular, generally speaking. Generally. Here is the mechanic that I think it ruins it for me. And you maybe made it through the whole game without noticing because, yes, you can be trained to overcome these things, but you shouldn't have to be. When you are locked on to an enemy, okay, I'm locked on to Gary. When I'm locked on to Gary in Dark Souls 1, here's what happens. Here's what happens in Dark Souls 2 when you are locked on to an enemy. Because it doesn't automatically aim your attacks at the enemy. You don't strafe. You still attack in whatever direction you're holding the controller. That is infuriating. I have died like half the times I died, it was because of that. And so, yeah, you say the folks you know who play it regularly don't play Locked On. Yeah, and so H-Bomber Guy, one of the biggest things he talks about is people complain, lock onto a piece of grass. Can you lock onto grass? One of his big things is he says people complain about all the bosses where it's a bunch of enemies at once, or things where it's like multiple blah, blah, blah. There's trash mobs during a boss, yada, yada. And he says people complain about that because like the way the locking on system works causes problems, blah, blah, blah. And then he says the solution is simple. You don't lock on. They're trying to train you to not lock on. However, if locking on always sucks because of the aim thing, then them training me to not lock on some of the time is not a justification. It just shouldn't be there at all if it's going to be that bad. It's horrible. Horrible. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking infuriating. What's the defense? What is the defense for that? There is none. Oh, wait, there's a request. Anyway, hold back the requests. Oh, because you wanted me to rant? It's too late. I guess I'm going to go to 7. I don't know. I'm feeling fine. The rant got me worked up, man. It's not good. It's not good. The areas that I've made it to so far, and I've gotten to like 10 of them. I made it a good distance in. Thank you, Neil Oxlow, for the tip. Everywhere I've been so far, except for Majula, has been the most bland, gray and green of completely forgettable, boring places. Oh, wait, no. Except for the gutter is kind of cool. The gutter's kind of cool. I love the thing with how lighting the torches is permanent. That's pretty cool. Although the mechanic for lighting your torch is the dumbest thing. There's a toggle button when you stand at the bonfire that it never tells you about. And that's the only way to light it? Like, what? What's that about? But the gutter's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. People say it's like slightly better than Blighttown or whatever. I don't even dislike Blighttown in Dark Souls 1. Am I crazy? Like, I don't know. Maybe I should hate it, but I kind of don't. I don't think it's that bad. Maybe I'm just super pro gamer, but I've never had all that much trouble with Blighttown. Hyde's Tower of Flame is visually cool, but awful with enemy placement. Is it even that visually cool, though? Like, everything looks the same. Okay, also, here's my final thing. Final thing, and then I play Battle Against a True Hero. Here is where H-Bomber Guy lost me. Here's where he lost me. I know that this is a giant point of contention about Dark Souls 2, and it's something he addresses. That the world design, whereas Dark Souls 1 was this like interconnected, sprawling, carefully placed, like everything naturally connects, and if you map it out, it looks like coherent. The world design in Dark Souls 1 is spectacular. Dark Souls 2, if you try to map it all out, if you tried to make like a 3D map of everything, it's all like just on top of each other and upside down and like just this giant mangled monstrosity. And the worst, there's a tower somewhere, this really tall tower, and you can see it from a distance. It's just a tower in the sky. And you get to the top of that tower and you go up a long elevator ride. And when you get to the top of the elevator, at the top of this tower that's just got the sky around it, and you walk out of the elevator, you're in the something keep, and there's a bunch of lava around you and a castle. You couldn't see it from the ground. You're just there. You didn't teleport. I mean, I guess you did. That's the only justification for it. There's no teleport or anything. You just walk out and there it is. And here's H-Bomber Guy's defense for it, is that it creates some sense of mystery and like never knowing what to expect. That's it. No, it's just incoherent. Elden Ring creates a sense of mystery and not knowing what to expect, but in a way that's coherent. You go down, this is the polar opposite. This is like the exact opposite of that situation. You go down an elevator for like a whole minute into the center of the earth in Elden Ring. You walk out and you look up and there's stars. That's incredible, because there being stars does not necessarily conflict with the world above. It's that there's like a full sky underground within this underground world. That is not knowing what to expect, and it's mystery while still having some anchor. There's no anchor in Dark Souls 2. I don't think it was a calculated move on their part to create a sense of mystery or anything like that. I think they just did whatever random crap they wanted to do. That's it. They just did whatever. They're like, I don't know. It's gonna be a fire castle. What's at the top of the tower, guys? Fire castle. We've been working on this fire castle, and it's got stuff you're gonna need. So let's just put it there. It's bad. It's bad. But okay, someone in the chat said that it's one of their favorites. Tell me why. And I'm not going to argue against you. I genuinely just want to know, like if you're still here, if there's like one thing that would sum up why. Because if it is, that's valid. That's totally valid if it's one of your favorites. I'm not even going to argue against that. I just think his arguments for why it's good were bad. I think that they were just going in already having decided any of the things people complain about with Dark Souls 2 are actually good. Like he just already decided that. Like no matter what they were, that's what he says about all of them. Actually, it's a good thing. Oh, nostalgia is a heck of a drug. That definitely would change how somebody feels about something. That I get. And also, I'm never going to criticize it. It's super legit. You know, it's a good thing playing piano. You know what, Yggdrasil? You know what I have to say to you? Yeah, it's true. So I'm going to play. Here we go. Not my best work. Not my best work. I'll probably wrap up in a minute here. I think I'm gonna close requests. Actually, I have to close requests because at the very latest, I'm gonna stop at 7 at the very latest. Hey, Ebis Bliss, welcome to the stream. I don't know why I said that like a question. Everyone who joins the stream for the first time can get one free request. At this point, I've closed requests, unfortunately, for the day. But you should have a token now just by saying exclamation request, though it might be broken. If you don't get one, I can give it to you at some point. But welcome to the stream. All right, here's Eternal Harvest of the Spotless Mind. From Final Fantasy IX Piano Collections. I don't know if this will be good or not. I've been saying that about every performance. By the way, I hope you all don't think I'm a really negative person when I go on the rants. I'm being like partially facetious, and I'm like letting myself get a little worked up just for shtick. Yeah, so I'm largely being facetious. Like, I genuinely believe the opinions I have, but I'm not that upset about them. Or am I? I'm a very opinionated person. I will say that. You usually watch my VODs, but you're glad you could catch this one live. Awesome. I love that. That's very cool. I'm glad to have you. Yeah, so just to be clear, I just want you all to be clear. I'm largely being a goof. Largely. But Multiverse of Madness is a horrible movie. It's just horrible movie. Was that what I started the rants with? Multiverse of Madness, and we didn't have songs like from that point on, because that was a really long time. Energy is yummy. Rants are fun. Talking is fun. Energy is yummy. Sometime I want to do a stream entirely just about my arranging process, or like do a whole stream just about how I arranged the Field of Hopes and Dreams that's in chapter 5. Something like that could be really fun. When? I don't know. I'd have to sort of plan it a bit, make it a little like a lesson, sort of. I don't know. Here's Eternal Harvest of the Spotless Mind. Am I one of those contrarian edgelords that thinks Hans Zimmer makes bad scores? Yes, I think he's extremely overrated. Okay. Middle rant. Interior rant. To the question about, and I realize you might be being partially facetious or just joking, so I'm not. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not upset at all. What's up, Ashlyn? How's it going? To the question, are you one of those contrarian edgelords that thinks Hans Zimmer makes bad scores? When I said yes, no, I do think he makes bad scores, but I'm not being a contrarian. Contrarian suggests that the only reason that you say that or think that is to be different, which, first of all, it's not that different. Lots of people say that. Most don't, but lots do. I strive so hard to really think and feel what I think and feel about anything. So, I mean, obviously everybody would say, I'm not just being a contrarian, I really think it. Everyone would say that, right? But I really don't. I really am not. No, I try at least. But Yggdrasiler just said something interesting. Lion King's great, though. Here's my greatest defense against the idea that I'm just a contrarian for not liking Hans Zimmer's music. I like some of it. How are you going to say I'm a contrarian if I say that he's got some great music? How are you going to say that? Wouldn't really make a lot of sense for me to say that if I'm just trying to be different and edgy. I think he's got great music, and I think that anyone who says he doesn't have any good music probably is being a contrarian. No, there's no but. Ducks, this is the but. This is already the but. I'm saying, but he does have great music. But then the question is, and I just don't know enough about this to have a strong feeling. There is, what's the most contrarian statement that you've ever heard? There is a lot of controversy as to how much of his own music he even writes. Because he's got basically like a film music factory of like, you know, interns and ghostwriters and blah, blah, blah. And so there's a lot of controversy as to how much of it he actually composes. I don't know enough about that to pass any sort of judgment. I don't know. Apparently the culture there isn't great either. But I mean, that's just all I've heard is rumors. I don't really know. So I'm not going to pass judgment as far as that goes. So just in terms of what he is credited as having written, some of it's great. Totally. Yeah. I just don't like a lot of it. I think a lot of it just sounds the same. So there you go. Call that contrarian if you will. I don't think it is because I'm very openly saying that I like some of it. So I'm making the most insufferable face. I'm making like the most smackable face right now. Snowman from Earthbound is how we're going to end. All right. This is from Earthbound Beginnings. It's such a weird game. I feel like in some ways it's even weirder than the ones that followed. Let's hear it real quick. Yeah, that's peak. I love that. I love that. That's really peak. Here we go. I just needed the vibe in my head. Gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I forgot that Earthbound Beginnings has such good music. I've played it. I've played the whole game. Really enjoyed it. It's, jank, but in a really fun way. Yago says, hey, Trevor, just came into the chat. Don't know if you're answering any questions. I always answer questions. Always. And I try to answer all of them. But how does one evolve their piano skills? Like how to properly practice or something? You've been feeling stuck. Yeah, I mean, I don't have great answers for like how to learn piano, how to learn arranging beyond like just saturating in it. So if you're feeling stuck with piano, I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it here, but I don't know the level that you're at. I don't know how far along you are. Find some stuff to play that is easier than the level you're at. Find some stuff to play that's like a notch or two lower than what you're capable of. And just learn to play it really well. Because it's satisfying. And that will maybe like just give you a little more confidence and reinforce, reinforce the idea that you're actually not like bad at it. Although I don't know if you're dealing with like a self-esteem thing when it comes to it. I guess that would be the question. I'm totally winging it, by the way. This isn't like the most wise answer or anything, but it's just a thought. It's nice sometimes to not push yourself and instead just find something simpler and play it really well. Other than that, just saturating. What is it you want to play? Listen to it a ton. If you're into classical, listen to a lot of classical. Don't just listen to the same things over and over. Listen to a lot. If you want to play video game stuff, I'm always going to say the Final Fantasy piano collections, but that's particularly for people who want to arrange. I would just soak those in all day. That's it. That's the stream. So I'm going to sing the Night Night song, and then I'm releasing you to the wild to fend for yourselves. This is how we end every stream. This is where I try to make up for all the sarcasm and seeming like I'm a total tool. This is from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It's called It's You I Like. And it's true. I like you guys. I mean, in a normal way, not in a weird parasocial way. I mean, some of you I like more than others just because I know you better. But I want the best for all of you. I think that's a good way to put it. I genuinely want the best for all of you. Like, no matter what you believe or what you're like or anything, I want only the best for everyone. And so I hope you have a good day. I hope whatever's going poorly with you gets better, and I hope whatever's going good gets even better too. Because that's nice. That's nice when that happens. It's you I like. It's not the things you wear. It's not the way you do your hair, but it's you I like. The way you are right now, way down deep inside you. Not the things that hide you, not your toys. They're just beside you. It's you I like. Every part of you. Your skin, your eyes, your feelings, whether old or new. I hope that you'll remember, even when you're feeling blue, that it's you I like, it's you yourself, it's you. It's you I like. You said, don't worry, that's great advice. Kind of a mix of everything, self-esteem issues and piano technicalities. Yeah. I mean, a lot of it would have to do with what level you're at. Like, if you're just starting out. The other most obvious advice I can give, and, like, you hear it all the time, but it's really true. A half hour of practice a day is better than 5 hours of practice one day and then none for 2 weeks. Just a little bit every day is so much better than just a big burst and then not doing anything for a week or whatever. So consistency is more important than anything. I say, despite the fact that I never practice. I don't practice, except It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. We have, probably most of you don't know what Tonys are, not the awards, but it's a toy for kids. There's a box, and then it's little figurines that have a bunch of audio loaded on them, and you put the Tony on it, and it plays the audio that's on it, and you can like skip tracks. Extremely cool toy for kids. I didn't really get what was so special about that until I experienced it. Oh no, Missy's raiding and I gotta go. Oh, Missy Alcazar, I gotta jam. I gotta get on out of town. If you're here with Missy, I'm so sorry. I gotta bounce because I gotta help put the baby to sleep. That always sounds so dark, but it's not what it sounds like. Yeah, it's baby bedtime, so I gotta jam. But hey, I really appreciate you guys coming here, and I'll raid somebody nice. Let's raid Melissa Lamb.
Prop Huggy is a Swiftie.
Melissa's chill, and she's got somebody streaming with her today. But yeah, I'm Trevor. I'd love to see you all again sometime. Love to see you all again sometime when I'm still streaming. So we're rating Melissa Lamb, but YouTube, I just release you to the wild. I don't think... Spider Cats, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That's it. That's the stream. Y'all are great. Take care. I want the best for you. Have a wonderful evening. Take good care of yourselves. Do something meaningful tonight. Don't just doom scroll. Don't just doom scroll. Read a book. Listen to some classical. Watch a good movie. I don't know. Fill in the blank.